This is not what I wanted to do. I actually wanted to be a mechanical engineer, you understand, but it wasn't possible. So I had to go back to what I know how to do best. Whenever I'm doing this, I just look at it that this is what I have to do now. My name is Mr. Pureheart Otokpa. I'm from Benue State, and this is my workshop, as you can see. I'm a wood turner, so to speak, professional wood turner. So in my workshop here, I can make up to 101 items. So I turn woods to kitchen utensils. Anything you can think of that is round, I can produce it in this workshop. I started turning wood when I was 4 years old. So I actually started doing this on my own around 1997. I started handling the chisels and started controlling the engines. Though I worked for my dad until I was about 19 years old before I left the house to Kwale Area Council here and started working on it. This is what I used to carry myself all through my education, from primary school until when I was in Nasarawa State University, but I couldn't continue because of, I noticed that as I was growing, the economy was getting harder and harder. There was no way that I could continue paying my school fee because getting the wood was so difficult. There was a time I used to go to the bush to get it myself. Then I was having the sewing machine. But it happened that where I used to keep the sewing machine in my brother's house, 2 of it, the house caught fire and got burnt, and everything inside got burnt, even with my sewing machine. So since then, I've not been able to source money to get another sewing machine. You understand? So basically now, I used to buy from people who saw it and bring to me. So if you can take a view at that hills. So I used to go the top of that hill to get this thing from the persons who caught it from the bush. So before I bring it to the house, I'll need to carry it on my head, come to a slopey place, throw it down, it will roll to where it's motorable. So if it's 100 pieces they cut from me, I need to take it one after the other. So that means if I'm not able to finish packing the 100 pieces to where it's motorable for today, I need to go back tomorrow. And if I don't finish it tomorrow, I need to go back next tomorrow until it is complete. So as soon as it's complete, I'll get a vehicle to go convey it to my working place. This is how they cut it for me in the bush. I used to buy this one in the bush for 600 naira for one. I used to get one for 600 naira. So if I'm getting up to 100 pieces, I should be gathering up to 60,000 naira. I can use one wood to produce one plate. And I can use one wood to produce one mortar. But if it's about the Ishewu plate, I can produce up to 6 Ishewu from one wood. From this job, I have been able to get a small piece of land. And even before this time, as at that was around last year, I think last year was 2022, around August, I was able to sell my last car I bought from this job. Before that last car, I've bought up to 4 cars. There was a time I was using 4 cars at a spot. I have the one I use for church, I have the one I use for preaching, I have the one I use to supply, I have the one I use for, going out. But things turned around and everything vanished. The wise man said he has seen that everything in this world is vanity upon vanity. But whenever I think back, in fact, what actually motivates me to keep doing this job is whenever I think back of I try to think of what I've achieved before with this particular job. I still feel that I might also be able to achieve more in the future. So I keep persevering. I don't want to slack. I don't want to slack. I keep working. I am sure that one day, whatever I've gotten before, I will get it double if I do not let my hand down. If I'm getting my wood as often as I used to, Even if you give me a white collar job that can be able to pay me 300,000 in a month, honestly, I won't collect. I won't receive the job. That is, to be frank with you. Because if I have this wood here, let's say I have it like 200 pieces. Like the mortars, I can produce 30 in a day. In a day, I can produce 30. And if I have to sell it wholesale price, this one is 2,200. So calculate 2,200 by 30. It's giving us about 72,000 naira in a day. Do you understand? So if I can be making 72,000 naira in a day times 30, can you please help me calculate the money? So the only situation that could make me accept a white collar job at this point is that I actually do not have the reinforcement, going to the bush, bringing woods and continue working. There is no business in life that doesn't need capital or that doesn't need, in fact, before you can get money, you need to spend money. You understand? So for now, I only have, my challenge right now is getting the wood to work. And for me to be able to get the wood, I need box, I need money to pay the persons who used to cut the wood and transport it to my workshop. So for now, that is my challenge. As for my health, I'm okay. So my engine, I actually used to fix this engine myself. In fact, whenever I get this engine new from the market, I used to open the engine and I try to manufacture it back to the one that would be able to roll my wood. Because that is what I went for in the school before I dropped out as a mechanical engineer. So I know how to do, even like this one, I have a special sound for it. So if you have to steal this engine, don't dare on it anywhere. Because there's something I fixed in the silencer that once I hear that sound, no engine across Abuja that can ever be able to have that sound. So this is not my challenge. My challenge is I need woods, I need products in my workshop.